investigation regarding an incident that occurred here at Central General Hospital. It was brought to my attention by Dr. Ann Rosenthal. Are you familiar with who that is?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So first thing I want to say is I realize there's two sides of the story, and I've only received her side of the story based on messages that you sent her and your my chart. And I really am not concerned about, your health care or anything about that. My concern and the reason why I wanted to talk with you is because the messages seems to be escalating to some undissipated anger to the point that you've made an indirect threat about slapping her. And that's how I got involved and why I wanted to find out from you just what the situation was.
Okay, so did you review the messages or no?
I did.
Okay, so you're still missing information then.
Well, I'm not clear as to what would drive you to say that she deserves to be slapped, because in my mind that was taken as an indirect threat, and I know that Dr. Rosenthal took it that way as well.
Yeah, and so in my mind, her actions are threatening to me. So again, the missing information is from you. You say you have read my messages, but you don't seem to have any idea as to why my actions are warranted and justified.
You feel that what you say was justified? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, I know it is. But again, you're the one contacting me with a question after you have read them, but you are unable to state what is missing for you that doesn't justify it.
Okay, let me just kind of back up, because maybe you misunderstood me. I'm calling to give you an opportunity.
You said a threat assessment, right? I am telling you that my actions are not threatening and they're justified. Again, you are contacting me stating that you have reviewed what I wrote and have an understanding of the situation and are coming to a different conclusion. And the only way I can answer your question is to know what is missing for you that doesn't justify what's happening.
In your statement, Charlie, where you say that she deserves to be slapped, what I want to find out from you, because she took it as a threat, it was escalated to...
And I stated, let's not do it back and forth. I don't want to keep going back and forth on things. I stated very clearly, again, I'm not going to keep going back and forth.
Law enforcement,
again, law enforcement is welcome. Well, law enforcement is welcome.
I wanted to hear from you, do you have any intention on doing any physical harm or any type of harm to anyone within the Department of Public Health?
I've answered that by stating to you that nothing that I've said has been unjustified. There's nothing else I can say other than that.
All right, so I'll take that as you did mean it as a threat. You feel that you're justified in making that threat, and if you carry out that threat, you feel that that would be justified as well. So, do I got that clear?
No, you're not clear. You're putting words in my mouth. Everything was correct until the last, because that would make, again, that's the whole purpose of the communication in the first place. That would be crazy. That would be delusional. There would be no logical conclusion to believe that if I slapped her, it would be justified. That would be ridiculous. That's not what I said, and it's difficult to understand how you came to that conclusion.
So you're saying that you have no intention on doing Dr. Rosenthal any harm?
At this point in time, I don't know how to respond to that, because, again, I've already responded to you. The initial main point of this is her actions are threatening towards me. This phone call is threatening towards me. Acting as if there's not an understanding as to what is happening is threatening. There are very simple facts involved.
Well, Well, the point of the phone call is not to threaten.
In other words, is she lying,
It is,
or is
because,
she telling
again,
you the
my
truth?
actions are justified.
Oh,
You're
I know.
unable to state why you believe they're not justified. And
I'm
so
delusional
it is
about it,
threatening.
and
You're
no one's
calling
talking to me about it.
asking me to answer something that you have all the information in front of you to answer. If you believed it to be threatening, then you would call the cops, as in those messages I said
some more time
would
to
be
sit down
welcomed,
today, okay?
so there would actually be an investigation as to the fact that this
So, Charlie,
whole
I
action
know you're
is threatening. The whole fact of this matter is that there isn't an investigation about the fact of I have a right to be angry. There is an actual threatened actions from you, from the hospital, by not investigating the fact that these actions are threatening. You're calling me, asking me for answers that you yourself have. There is a false medical report made about me. It is false. I've been told repeatedly it's going to be fixed, and then what happens is I then get a call saying that I am being...
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here then! Get the fuck out of here then! Get the fuck out of here then! You got shit else to say? Get the fuck out of here!
Investigate and correct the incorrect false medical record that is continuing even right now to have negative consequences by having people ask me questions about my want and desire to actually have the truth about me known. Very simple.
So, Charlie, I understand you're upset. From what I read, I would be upset as well. There's two parts to this process. Now, the part that you're referring to, which I don't really deal with the whole medical piece, there is the department which is called patient experience that is handling that piece of what you're referring to, looking into this false medical report.
They have not been. Again, we can't keep going forward.
My point,
the problem being is that they are not. If they were, there would be no need for any of this. Again, we can't continue on as if you don't have the education level to understand that if they were doing that, there would be no need for this to go any further. The fact of the matter is, I was admitted to the hospital with a note from another doctor that said specifically, this has to be taken care of because there's a false medical record at San Francisco General Hospital. And even the entire time I was hospitalized, they hid the fact that it even existed. Then I had to even find out on my own that it existed. And then once I found out it existed, then said, can we fix this? And then after that, I've repeatedly been told that I'm acting in irradical or now threatening manners by simply wanting someone to actually do something about it. It is now 3 years. 3 years and a hospitalization has taken for me to even find out that medical record existed. And then from the moment that I've said it exists and it's false, all that's happened is that I've been fucking threatened like a fucking piece of shit asshole. Told you, call the fucking cops if you want to find out what the fuck is really happening.
Charlie, I didn't mean to call you and upset you. That was not my intention. I wanted to
Well, and apparently, if you could read, it is your fucking intention. If you could fucking read, it's your fucking intention. Just like my fucking intention is for you to get somebody else to figure out what the fuck is happening. Because you're too fucking stupid to do it on your own.
Thank you for taking my call. I think I have everything I need, and I'll address your concern with patient experience.
Thank you.